All right, I'm going to go to her. Her name is Lisa. Good morning, Lisa. How are you?
I am not great right now. How are you?
Well, I imagine you are how did this transcript, this Facebook transcript of your conversations with Congressman Weiner get released? I read this on Radar Online.
It's a long, complicated story, but initially it was I was promised that only my first name would be used and nothing that I did not approve of would be let out.
Mm-hmm.
Not where I lived, nothing, not my face, just anonymous, a few snippets of conversation that weren't anything incriminating on, I just said, okay, I'll say a couple of things that, it was nothing bad, just very, very innocent little joking things.
Mm-hmm.
Just somehow in a very complicated way, the reporter who I had trusted used my name, where I lived, all of my personal information.
Where you work, your name, everything.
And I love my job, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose my job over this, and I don't.
That's interesting because I won't say where you work because you've requested that we not say it, but why would your job fire you? I know that they don't want the public relations outcry.
People, and people are saying things like I'm not, that people are saying things like they have suspended me, which is not true. They've been wonderful to me. They've let me take some time off, but I don't want to talk about my job. That was, the whole thing that he wasn't supposed to talk about. What this guy did was basically hack into my account and put out things that he swore to me he would not release. I was supposed to be anonymous. I didn't want to hurt the congressman. I, of course, didn't want to embarrass myself with all of these personal things.
Mm-hmm.
And I was lied to, and basically I feel like my life was ruined by this reporter.
You're kind of getting the shaft here.
Yeah.
Oh, completely. I mean, I have not, people think I've gotten paid all kinds of money. I have not received a dime from anyone. Basically, I've been in my house crying over embarrassment.
I mean, this transcript is very, very graphic, and
I wasn't going to ever let anyone see that. It was a personal thing, and it was harmless flirtation. It was nothing. I have nothing against the congressman. I have something against the press, who has twisted everything I said and lied to me and put me out there like I'm some kind of a sickening hooker,
Right. Well, people do this kind of stuff. It makes it because
I mean, I didn't know anything. I'm single. I was attracted to him. I love his politics. I did not even know he was married. It was just talk.
So this started back in August of 2010 that you contacted him, and then this sort of online flirtation.
I contacted him about how much I loved his politics and how much he was doing for my party. That I'm such a diehard lefty, and I think he's one of our best. And I started speaking to him about politics, and that was all it was. And it somehow got a little twisted, and I would speak to him about politics, and we'd joke around, and it started getting a little dirty. And
were you surprised when it started taking on a sexual tone?
I was, but I was very flattered because I really admired the man, and I thought he was great. And I still stand by the fact that I'm very torn. I don't think he should have to lose his career over typing things. I've never met him. I've never touched him. I was never going to. Nothing was ever going to happen between us. I was typing into a computer, and so was he.
Did you know he was married?
I found out later, and that, of course, was wrong. He shouldn't have been, and I felt bad, and I have apologized to his wife because I feel terrible. I shouldn't have been speaking to someone's husband in that manner, but it was harmless to me, and it was just a fantasy that was never going to happen.
Did you?
However,
yeah, just go ahead.
Yeah, I don't want to expose too much because I've already been exposed like crazy, and I don't want it to be any more embarrassing for me because I'm getting hate mail from everyone on both sides of the, politically and personally, and people think that I'm this terrible person that did something terrible and tried to, sell him down the river.
Did it ever, as you were participating in these conversations on Facebook, you also gave your phone number to him. Did you guys text as well over the cell phone?
Never. No. And everyone is lying. We've never had phone sex. I've never spoken to him. It was just anonymous texting.
As you were on Facebook, did it ever cross your mind, like, wow, if this ever got out, this guy could get into some real trouble because he's a congressman?
I was very naive, and I'm still very naive because I probably shouldn't be talking to you right now.
Well, I think you're getting your story out and maybe clearing up some misconceptions.
Didn't occur to me. I thought this is a personal, private thing, and nobody's ever going to see this, and I admire the man very much for his politics, and it didn't occur. He was never planning on having an affair with me. He never did. This was just harmless.
So the stuff in the transcript where it's, come out to where the city where you live, and
he never did, and he never said he was going to, and it was like nothing was ever going to happen. It was just people call phone sex lines. People, it was completely. To me, it was something that was obviously never going to be a real thing. I found it, I was like, this is cool.
Erotic, almost like an erotic fantasy.
It wasn't even erotic to me. It was maybe to him. It was to me. I admire his politics, and I admired him as a person. And, if he wanted to hear me say stuff like that and it made him happy, I respected the man, and it was harmless.
Why do you think he put himself in that position? Because it wasn't with you. It seems to be with other women as well.
Right.
What do you think motivated him to do that?
I don't know. Maybe he enjoys talking to women like that on the computer, which is, when people have asked me, do you think that's cheating? No, I don't think that's cheating because there's no physical contact.
Well, technically, if you were married, you said that you're single, Lisa.
Right.
If you were married and you found out that your husband was doing that to someone across country on Facebook, would you be upset?
That I found out about all the pictures and stuff, and I'm defending him, and yes, I found out, okay, the pictures, yes, I would be very angry. However, I'm talking to you very, I shouldn't be because I've been screwed over 1,000 times.
Well, I'm not looking to screw you over. I want you to get your story out.
I'm trying.
What happened when you saw this picture that he sent on Twitter, and he meant to direct message, and then he said, no, I was hacked. What went through your mind? Did you think, oh, maybe this guy's doing this with more people than just me?
Mm-hmm. Of course. And the only reason that I ever came forward, people think that I wanted money and I wanted this and that. It's because I felt like I should do the right thing because he was doing something wrong, and this poor girl in Seattle that was getting destroyed by the media. Now I understand how she felt because I know what they've done to me.
Did he reach out to you?
No,
I know that he reached out. He was having looks like he was having some sort of chats with a porn star, and then he told her, "Hey, don't say anything."
No, he never told me what to say. I actually tried to get in touch with him to warn him that press were calling me and everything, and no, he never responded. No, he never said anything. We were friends. We talked politics. Some of it got racy. It was completely innocent. I knew I would never, ever meet him in person. Nothing was ever going to happen. And basically, this entire thing has destroyed my life completely.
Have you had any contact with him since this whole scandal, the Twitter thing broke open? No. What would you say to him if you were able to? Obviously, it might be a little bit awkward now having any contact, and it's probably best that you don't. But what would you say to him if you had the opportunity, Lisa?
I don't know what I would say to him. I mean, I kind of wished, honestly, that he had apologized. When he apologized in the press conference to his constituents and the Congress and his wife, I kind of thought he should have said, I'd kind of like an I'm sorry I got you into this. That's all. Mm-hmm. Because it has made my life right now into a living nightmare, what I'm going through.
Some people would say, well, Lisa, you brought it upon yourself chatting like that with a married man.
Okay, and you can say that to me, but you know what? You can say that all you want. At first, I didn't know he was married. I'm single. never meant for anything to actually happen. I knew it never would. Had he ever actually met me, nothing would have happened. I would have been so intimidated by him that nothing was ever going to happen.
Did you, when he started lying about it, you obviously knew, oh, this guy's lying about this. When he came out and he said, no, this is not me. I was hacked. I'm not doing this kind of stuff. I'm not sending these pictures. What went through your mind? Because you knew that he was doing it with you, so most likely he's doing it with other people. What went through your mind?
I said, oh, goodness, that was really stupid of him. And, that's how I felt.
Do you think he should resign?
Honestly, and I'm going to say this again, and people keep asking me why I'm defending him. No, I don't think he should resign. I don't think it has anything to do with his job, as I didn't think Bill Clinton should have been impeached. I think people's sex life is between them and their spouse. And personally, I still think he did a great job as a congressman. I love his politics, which is why I spoke to him in the first place. I don't think that this should ruin his career. I understand he lied. I think if you took every man who ever lied about their sex talk or sex life and made them resign, we wouldn't have very many men working today.
What if someone said, well, he did this and that could potentially put him, because he's a congressman, let's say no one found out about this, but let's say you worked for an oil company or you worked for someone and he had to vote on, they found out about this, they could potentially blackmail him and say, vote this way or we're going to release these pictures or this information. I think that's why people say he should resign, because
people are too obsessed about sex in this country. And I think, look at President Kennedy, who was, I think, the greatest president who ever lived, who was having multiple affairs and everyone knew it. And I think that his typing into a machine some dirty things doesn't make him a bad congressman, and I will stand by that.
Lisa, I will let you go in a sec. I thank you for coming on and reading this transcript here. How many pictures did he send back and forth?
He never sent me a picture.
Oh, he never sent you any?
I never sent him a picture. We just talked.
Oh, you never sent him a... Will you send me a picture? You sound kind of hot, and I like that kind of... You can talk with me. I'm just a radio guy. I'll talk dirty to you all night long. No one's going to care about that.
I probably not. I shouldn't be talking to you. Because, like I said, I've been avoiding all press, and you caught me at a weak moment. Didn't know who was calling, and so you got me.
What have your friends said about this, Lisa? Are they supportive, or are they looking down on you?
That are supportive. I have people that are absolutely sending me vicious hate mail, and this has been very tough on me, and I feel that I've done nothing wrong. I didn't try to hurt him. I didn't try to do anything wrong. I got basically taken advantage of by the press and lied to and exposed for things I never would have wanted out there.
Does this kind of make you see how the Tiger Woods almost put you in the same Tiger Woods situation?
Yeah. Like I said, I'm half asleep, and you just caught me at a weak moment. So I swore I'd never speak to the press again. But I don't know how I feel about it. I feel completely violated and people can think as many horrible things as they want about me. I don't think I did anything wrong. I spoke to a man that I very much admired and didn't know he was married when I first started talking to him.
And then when you found out, did you, I guess the obvious question people would ask you, Lisa, is when you found out that he was married, why didn't you cut it off?
Because I knew he was never going to amount to anything. I knew I was never going to have an affair with him.
Were you disappointed when you found out that he was married? No.
Oh, but I never thought anything was really going to happen. It was just harmless. It was like if you were to go on a 900 number. It was completely just talking.
Last question. You said that you apologized to his wife. How did you do that, and what did you say?
I sent a letter through a third party. I don't know if she received it, and I would apologize again because I think this poor woman is going through, I'm sure she'll be fine. I mean, she's a brilliant woman with a great career, and I just feel terrible because, as you said, I shouldn't have been talking to him after I found out he was married the way I talked to him, and that's what I said to her. And I'm sorry if I caused her any kind of embarrassment or pain, and that's the way I feel about it.
Well, Lisa, I hand it to you for coming on the show. She hasn't talked to the media, and
I haven't. You caught me at a weak moment.
Stay strong like a rock.
Still like a rock, Lisa.
I'm trying to get through this, but it's not been easy.
Well, hopefully you don't lose your job. And
that's the only thing I'm concerned about.
I hope that they don't. To me, what you do in your own personal, private life, I don't see why your job should fire you, and hopefully they'll be understanding.
Been wonderful and supportive. It's just that this guy let out where I worked, and this whole embarrassing thing.
So they didn't suspend your job as was reported.
They had put that out there on a website, and that is not true. They've been wonderful to me. They said take as much time off as you need. If you need some personal time. But once again, I'm not supposed to be speaking about my job. So.
Right. Well, has Gloria Allred contacted you yet, the attorney?
No.
Oh, she always comes out of the woodwork over this kind of stuff.
God, I hope so. To tell you the truth, I've been thinking of contacting her. I really hope she does.
Well, she comes on the show frequently. I'm going to put you on hold, Lisa. My phone guy will pick up with you, and maybe you guys can swap contact info. But I do appreciate you coming on, clearing up some of this stuff.
Thank you, and I would love to speak with her.
Okay.
I think I need some representation.
All right, Lisa, hang on the line.
Thanks for the inside tip.